Getting ready to file taxes. Filing taxes may seem overwhelming, but it does not have to be. To get started, you will need to gather all the documents you will need for filling out your tax forms, whether you are doing your taxes yourself or you are meeting with your tax advisor. These are the main categories of items that you will want to collect. We will step through each one and give you an overview of the typical documents for each. The challenge of gathering all the information you need to file your tax return for the year can be simple or more difficult, depending on your financial situation. For example, if you are single and rent, it likely will be easier, but if you are married, self-employed, own a home, and have children, you will need to spend more time on the tax filing process. First is personal info. You will need personal information, including the social security numbers for you, your spouse, and any dependents. Bank account information including bank account number and routing information. Your federal and state taxes from last year. These documents are helpful to remember the information you filed previously and the documents that you used. If you are meeting with a tax preparer and it is the first time, then you will also likely need a photo ID and other personal information for everyone on your tax return. Income. You will need all documents that verify the money you received in the past year. This includes W-2 forms, which employers must send by January 31st. If you held a regular job, your employer will send you this form. You'll get one form from each employer if you worked for multiple ones in the same year. This form details your earnings and the amount of income tax that was withheld from your pay. 1099 forms. There are many different types of 1099 forms that you may receive depending on the type of payment. Typical ones include 1099 int for interest and 1099 MISC for contract work. While the Internal Revenue Service already knows the amount of income you earned last year, it still needs you to verify it on your tax return. Anybody who paid you more than $600 in the previous year must let the IRS know. If you have received income but did not receive a form with supporting information, you should contact the entity that paid you or your employer. Deductions. You can reduce your taxable income by taking deductions. This generally results in a lower tax bill. Documentation is the key to claiming deductions. It can help you avoid being audited and can reduce your tax bill by reminding you what you should claim. It may be time-consuming, but it is likely worth the time. Here are some of the most popular tax deductions. Before you file, make sure you have the supporting documentation. Mortgage interest and property taxes for your home. Classroom expenses. You can deduct for classroom supplies if you are a teacher or another eligible educator. Charitable donations. Have your receipts for charitable donations. Medical bills. Tax savings may be possible for medical costs if they exceed a certain amount of your adjusted gross income. Contributions to retirement accounts. Contributions to a traditional IRA and self-employed retirement account can be deducted if they are within the allowed contribution limits. Taxes that are local and state taxes. Other taxes can be deducted, including state and local income taxes or sales taxes. Keep your receipts to prove that you paid the tax on major purchases. Credits. Next are tax credits. They offer dollar-for-dollar reductions in any tax you owe. You will need to provide documentation in order to claim credits, just like deductions. These are some of the most popular tax credits. To claim some tax credits, you will need to have received a Form 1098 detailing the expenses paid. This is especially important for those available for education. You will need to keep accurate records of your spending so that you can claim other credits. Other. Here are some other documents you will need to collect. Payments. If you were employed, you likely have income taxes withheld from your paychecks to pay our tax liabilities. This amount can be found on your W-2 forms. If you're made estimated tax payments throughout the year, you should also have that information. Letters from the IRS. Have any letters you may have received from the past year from the IRS. This includes letters related to any tax credits or any other letters you may have received. Other. Self-employment income. It is especially important to keep receipts if you earn income as an independent contractor. If you have income as an independent contractor, you can claim a number of business expenses on Schedule C that are ordinary and necessary for doing business. This is just a summary of the typical documents that many will need. There may be others that you may require depending on your specific financial situation. We suggest you check with the IRS website or consult with your own tax advisor if you need help. It's a good idea to organize all your tax documents as soon as possible to make it easier once you begin working on filing your taxes.